Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, organics of all ages, Double R here to present an Issue 2 problem. So let's just get right into it, and then at the end of the video, well, at the end of the Issue 2 problem, I'll go over something quick and simple. So, Issue 2. People cannot read and or listen. This often, very often, comes up from OCs or anything lesser known. If you are from Marvel, but you're a lesser known comic character, then people don't know, people don't care to read. If you're an OC, and you're trying to integrate yourself with people who are role-playing canon characters, people don't know, people don't care, people don't want to read. It's just that simple. You can have the greatest detailed character sheet as an OC ever. You can have history written down. You can have chapters upon chapters. Hell, I purposely wrote 10 stories out there just to prove my point. But you can have chapters about your character history of an OC. You can have chapters done. You can have shit all made. You can have things at the ready. You can have it on your fingertips. You can have a YouTube video about your OC and have all the information laid out. You can have links everywhere. People will not read. They won't. They don't know it. It's not from a movie that they know immediately. It's not from a comic they know immediately. Fuck you. They're not going to read it. No, literally, that's what it comes out to. And that is a problem. Now, this goes to my personal role player mindset, which technically makes me one of the elitists, but whatever. And my problem is this. If you are a canon character, but you only role play in your verse, for example, Batman. I role play as Batman, and I only role play as Batman. I consider you less of a good Batman. You're not a good Batman. I don't care how many people say you're a great DC role-playing Batman. You are a great Batman. Really? Okay. Here's Bulma from Dragon Ball. Let's see how he interacts with her. Nope, I'm not role-playing with her. Why? Because it's not from DC. Then you're not a good Batman. You can barely hold your own in your own universe. You can't even step out and use your creativity to adjust. You are not actually in the character's mindset. You're referencing comics, TV, movies, etc. You're referencing all this to make a presumption of how he would react in a DC universe, as opposed to using all this information that you have to react to a different character, because it's a different character. You don't want to deal with it at all because it's from a different verse. To me, that is a poor role player. I don't care how badass you are as a Batman in your own universe. I don't care. I don't. Because if you cannot prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can roleplay as your character in character with a different universe coming to deal with you, or different characters coming to deal with you, then no, you are not that good of a Batman. I'm sorry. This is why some role players looked on as really good role players. I'm a canon character. I am a canon. I'll give you a good example of this. Remember my whole thing about The Rock versus Vegeta? For those of you who don't know, I'll put that in the description. But The Rock versus Vegeta. The person role-playing as Vegeta, role-played as Vegeta. Fit the personality, fit the mentality, didn't care. He was in a universe that wasn't his. I'm role-playing as The Rock. Guess what? Same mentality. Everything that WWE had about Rock as Rock, that's what I used. Fast talking, taunting, wrestler. Nothing, no key manipulation. He couldn't throw lightning and shit. No, it was The Rock. So here we are, The Rock arguing with Vegeta. And they're going to argue because guess what? Two really big egos. And they clashed. It happens. And they start arguing. Shit happens. Vegeta gets bad. Throws an energy beam. I didn't go, well, Rock develops his own ki and throws it back. No, I didn't. Because, again, that's not in character. That's not the way the character would react. It isn't. Sorry. I looked at the situation. I went, okay, how would Rock actually deal with a ki blast? How would he react to a Gallic gun coming at him? The purple beam coming at him. How would he actually react? So I thought about it, and I was like, well, he doesn't have ki to challenge it. He doesn't understand ki enough. He doesn't understand Dragon Ball Universe's version of ki to deflect it. So I can't do that either. So I had Rock take a couple steps and roll out the way to avoid it altogether. And people are like, that's what I want to see. That's how shit's supposed to work. You didn't make bullshit up to say Rock magically has this. You adjusted. You had your character look at the situation and adjust and adapt and be in character. This is why people say certain folks are great role players, because they can go outside the universe and deal with a new universe character and keep in character and be believable as that character. That's why people thought for the longest time that my Rock roleplay character was The Rock, because I kept it as close as possible. Just how it works. But again, this all comes back to the issue 2 thing, because you have to read a little bit. You have to make emotion. You have to understand the characters you're dealing with. I'm not saying go out there and roleplay with every character you see. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Because guess what? You're going to get yourself killed. You're going to get your character killed. I'm sorry. You can't kill my character. Yeah, well, you know what? But to be honest, at least go out there. Put yourself out. Learn. Learn your character. Learn your character. Learn your fucking character. I'm Batman. If you're going around saying you're Batman and you meet, say, Tony Stark, you need to be able to adjust. You need to be able to roll with it. If Bruce Wayne meets Tony Stark, how would y'all react? How would you, as Bruce Wayne, react to Tony Stark? Well, he's from Marvel, so I don't have to think about it. No, you do have to think about that. That is something you need to think about in character. And if you don't know anything about the character, you need to do a little bit of reading. Not a whole lot. You don't have to go and know their whole history, but do at least some level of reading before you even post a starter. If they add you and they're like, "Hey, I want to roleplay," and you're like, "Great." Before I post a starter, who are you? I'd say, "Who the fuck are you?" But that's a little rude. Example: if you're Tony Stark and you get a message from Abiko Daito Kuji, ask her what's going on. I've only seen it once, and that's someone telling me that they've had it happen to them. There's a character out there, Aiko. And the bitch keeps taking my damn computer half the time. Pisses me off. Whenever she's here, she takes my fucking computer. Pisses me off. She has better specs, but no, she takes my computer. Anyway, I'm easily confused. You switch out computers, I won't notice until after like 17 lines of text. I won't notice. Seriously, I won't notice. The only way I notice is when sound comes off. Then there's a problem. But let's go back to point. If Aiko, because she said she had someone message her, it was Superman. She added Superman. Superman messaged her saying something about, "I don't know who your character is. Can you tell me about your character?" That man, if I had money, I'd send him $100 right off the bat just for that sentence. Just for that sentence, because that shows you a role player who goes, "Okay, I'm going to try. I'm going to deal with this character. It's something different. Can you give me a hint about your character? Give me something to work with. Give me something that I should know. Give me something my character would know about you or your character. Give me something I can run with." And that is very important. That shows he does listen. He does read. And that is a very important thing. Meanwhile, Abiko Daitokuji messages Iron Man. And Iron Man goes, "Not role-playing with you. You're an anime character. Fuck you." That's it. Done. That's his whole thing. You're not from Marvel. I'm not dealing with you. Bye-bye. Now, I know what you're going to say. But Double R, it's role play. We're here for fun. I get that. I do. I get that. But at the same time, you cannot say you are the best role player of this character if you have not gone outside your comfort zone. I'm not saying go and do something that's completely crazy, like try to punch Vegeta in the face. "I'm Batman." And Vegeta would look at you like, "I don't care if you're Batman." Puny human. Hulk smash. You're Vegeta, not Hulk. Shut up. But you see the point. Shit can go bad really quick if you don't read. Read a little bit. In fact, I even suggest to role players, especially if you're canon and you are dealing with something that you don't know, send them a message, just like that Superman did. Great example. He's won my respect for that. The guy playing Bane, he's won my respect for that. A guy playing Joker, he's won my respect for that, because they went out there and they read a little bit of information to sustain their character in the situation, and they've adjusted. They said, "Okay, this is me being a character, and this is how my character's reacting," and they did a great job. That's why there's Bane that people are like, "You're a great role player," because he dealt with anything from any other verse. He didn't care. He kept in character and reacted accordingly. Like my Rock. If I chose to remake my Rock account on Twitter and point out this is a roleplay character, The Rock. One, people wouldn't read that at all. But two, I keep it to the character. And that all comes back to reading. Understanding where the other character is coming from. Understanding what you are dealing with, at least on a basic level. I'm not saying read a whole life story. I'm just saying understand on a basic level. If you can do that, you're on your way to becoming a great role player. If you are adding people to role play with them, but if they're an OC or from a different verse and you don't know anything about them, message them directly. Ask them, hey, what should my character know about you or your character? What should my character know about your character? I don't need to know the whole history. Just give me something to work with. Give me something that I should know. Especially if you want to be an OC character and I'm the daughter of Dick Grayson. Okay, when you add Dick Grayson, he should either ask you or you should let him know, hey, my OC is technically your daughter from an alternate timeline. Let them know. Get them in the know. Let them know. Especially if you're planning on role-playing with them at all, let them know. If you're not planning on role-playing with them, then fuck, radio silence all day. Whatever. And that will be on issue 1 when we get to that. Yes, I'm going reverse order, so fuck you. Okay, so now we've covered that. And I've already gone over the issue 2 thing. People do not read and don't listen. I've already covered that. That was this whole rant, right? Okay. If there's any questions you have, comment below, or find me on Twitter, or find me on Facebook, or find me wherever. It's not like I'm that hard to find. You look up Kagagayu, and there I am. Skype, fucking Steam, WoW. You find me anywhere, just about. But if you have a question, feel free to contact me, and I'll help you through it. Okay? We on the same page? All right. So now we are going to continue on with systems and programs. And let's just cover the basics. Systems and programs are pretty much going from A to B in games or dealing with certain things, right? Just in general, systems are to progress things from A to B. Programs are ways to translate from A to B. You get the idea. From A to B, things happen. Most systems and most programs are set up in a picture-perfect situation. In a picture-perfect situation where everything goes right. You hit the up arrow, you go forward. Or you hit the up arrow and you go up, depending on what game you're playing. Fine. But corruption happens everywhere. 2016 political debate, older political debates. Hell, even in video games, there's exploits and glitches that get taken advantage of. Because corruption, it happens. Or in most cases of games, it's when you do something that was not programmed and you take advantage of it, an exploit. Now, the reason why this comes up is because everyone's getting mad about YouTube heroes. Stop. I know you're. Stop. I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, Double R. That intro didn't say anything about you playing devil's advocate. What the hell are you doing? Let me explain. The whole YouTube heroes thing. No one has a problem from step 1, 2, or 4, or 5. No one has problems with those issues, right? No one has any problem with those. It is level 3 that has the problem. It is level 3 that sits there and says, you can mask flag. And again, YouTube is trying to take this system, this idea, the system of theirs, and they're going, people won't use this for evil. This will not be corrupted. Right. Let me help you along with something. Third wave feminism has its own share of problems within its own confines of its own ideology. Let me explain what I mean by this. Like I've already brought up the paradox thing about, certain things. I'm not going to go into that again, but I do have that video already out. But here's the thing. In third wave feminism, you have the minority side of third wave feminism. They are sitting here looking at these white women taking advantage of the situation to get famous and popular. A lot of times they kind of hint more towards Anita and her little friends because, guess what? they got popular for being a big femme all the time. And the minority side of third wave feminism was like, you don't speak for us. You just want fucking attention. You just want money. You're not actually worried about actual equality. You're just worried about you. You're just doing you, boo boo. Meanwhile, you have another set that goes, if you're not vegan, you're not a feminist. Then you got another set that goes, all these white knight men, whatever, that are joining feminism to try to help, fuck y'all. Feminism doesn't need men. Feminism has no men. No, you're not supposed to be here. So you have at least these things going against each other in third wave feminism itself. In itself, it's fighting itself. So YouTube, are you really suspecting that there is no corruption ever going to hit this program of yours, this YouTube Heroes thing? Are you really expecting people to just use it as it's supposed to be? You're not thinking for 1 second that, say, the more extreme minority third wave feminists won't go after, say, Anita, because she's not pushing the feminist agenda the way they want it pushed? You don't think that Anita won't go after, say, Thunderfoot if she had the authority to just delete him? Yeah, she wants to keep some dissenting opinions so she can say she's being harassed and whatever. She wants to keep that to a point. But those who are building any type of momentum towards her, she's going to try to stomp out and snuff out. Do you really think some of her followers, much less other people who think they're always in the right, like all those other videos of the extremists who drive by people's houses and flick them off and then get upset that they get chased, or people going around saying, I don't think you need to appropriate my culture, and then freak out when they see a camera? I've already gone over that. I've gone over that in another video as well. The fact remains, are you really expecting people like that not to take advantage? Well, they need to start off in a certain way. Yeah, they will start off that way. But again, you dangle a level over somebody, and they're going to push to it. They are going to push to it so they can push their ideology. It's kind of how things work. Think about it. Think about it for 5 seconds. Come on, YouTube, you can do it. Political people do this all the time. In fact, one of my earlier rants where I lost my shit was because people go, I don't know who to vote for. And then Roseanne Arnold would say something. And guess what? We're going to vote for this person because Roseanne said to vote for him. What? Jenny McCarthy says that vaccinations are bad, so I'm not going to get vaccinated, and my kids aren't either, because she's famous. She knows what she's talking about. What? No! No! Stop that! Do you really think for 5 seconds, YouTube, that when people are given any type of power or authority, that they're not going to use it incorrectly? In fact, even if you think that it will never happen, here's a quote. A simple quote. It's an old school quote. Everyone knows this quote. It's old school. Old school quote. Power corrupts. And absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Keep that in mind. People will take advantage of the situation. They will push their agendas. And to them, oh, this is offensive. Why is it offensive? Because Link happens to be blonde. That's it. Link from Legend of Zelda. He's blonde. Fuck this video. Fuck this guy who posted it. Fuck all this. And they will mass flag that. And then they'll point out, it's offensive. And you guys have so much on your plate to worry about as it stands, you're not even going to argue that. You're just going to be like, okay, video gone. Come on. Come on, man. When you make a system, you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared for people to try to change it. You have to be prepared for people to use it to their advantage. Hell, let's be honest, YouTube. You certified a certain studio, and they flag shit randomly that has nothing to do with them just so they can get the money. Because they know how shit works. Just putting that out there. So yeah, all systems have corruption. So before you fully decide on this system idea, make sure you have a backup plan. Because when the corruption starts, it's going to hit like a motherfucker. That's all I'm saying. I'm Double R, and y'all have a good day. Oh, and one last thing. YouTube, here's the question of the hour. This is what people are worried about. The level 3 thing. Even if y'all don't watch it, I don't give a damn. But level 3 thing. here's the problem. If you can mass flag videos, how long or how many videos does it take to get flagged, and by how many people will they have to flag a certain number of videos for that channel to go away, much less that video to go away? That's going to be a big question that you guys at YouTube will have to figure out. I know it's probably going to be based on percentage of subscribers and whatnot, but you get my point. This is a very number-driven thing. It's very important that you have that figured out, because if you don't, you're going to be losing your bigger stars just because some third-wave feminism folks, especially the extremists, fuck all men. They're going to go through anything that's from a guy and flag and have a flag day. It has nothing to do with feminism, but they're just going to be like, hey, it's a guy. Flagged. And people are going to be losing channels left and right if you don't do this the right way. For no reason other than dissenting opinion, or just for the virtue of being a guy, or just for virtue of being a girl, or whatever. Keep that in mind. Okay? I just want to put that out there. I'm Double R. I'm out.